Well, that didn't take long. Now this bike has a 100 amp controller installed. This is absolutely savage. Look at the front wheels coming. Oh my God. So much power. It's ridiculous. So, welcome back guys. It's been a while since I've done some e-bike content and I want to show you this today. So this is really interesting because what we've actually got now is a controller that is configurable by Bluetooth with an app. So if you already know anything about high power e-bikes, you'll know that you can kind of configure Sabvaton controllers like the high power stuff with Bluetooth via an app. But you've never been able to do it with the Kirby bike stuff. So now we can, which is super exciting. So this is my Engway M20. I'm pretty sure we've done a video about this before, but basically it's got a 72 volt Kirby bike battery on there and it's got the 4000 watt Kirby bike kit as well. So this is an absolute beast. But what I've done here is I've just literally put in the 100 watt controller. So it was like an 80, I think it was an 80 amp controller on it before. So the thing about upping the amps, it basically gives you a lot more torque. So that's where the torque comes from, it's the amps. And there's this sort of magical spot around 80 amps, around that 80 to 85 battery amps, things just start to get a bit loony, like the front wheel starts coming up and everything else. There's a bit more science to it other than that. There's phase amps and everything else, but I'm going to show you the app because we can actually start to configure stuff now, which is really useful. One of the first things I want to do is turn on regen braking. So basically when you come off the throttle, it will apply a force and start charging the battery. But this in turn saves your brake wear because obviously these bikes, you know, get through brake pads like there's no tomorrow. So that can really help with the brakes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive straight into the app. I'll show you what it is and how it works. And yeah, so let's just make sure the bike is on. Right, so it's all fired up. This is actually the older display I've got on here. And there's two new ones that you can use on this, like a low profile one and another one with some more funky graphics. So right, bike's on and there's a little Bluetooth dongle around here. I think you see this, it's under there. There's a Bluetooth dongle that plugs into the controller. So it's very similar to how like the Sabvatons worked. So now we're going to dive into the app. Right, so this is the app. It's called Ride Power. It's on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. It's on those two, so you can download it easily. So you can see here, I've just opened it up and it's detected my controller. So I'm just going to tap on that and connect. Once it connects, you get these battery voltage, you get sort of a little dash panel here that shows you some information, and you've also got a settings panel, which is what we're interested in. So you can see here lots of different settings. You can limit the current voltage for this is basically for like low power, so when the battery gets low it will reduce the power by like 50%. You've got DC current limit as well, so you can obviously reduce that. It's at 100% at the moment. Accelerate strength, now this is funny because the accelerate strength was insane and it's actually on level 3 and it goes up to 5, so that's pretty nuts. So we've also got power assist levels because there's obviously 5 settings on this controller, so you can configure those to what you want, which is pretty useful. Now this is what I was interested in, regen braking. So I'm actually going to turn that on, put it on about level 2, and what that will do is obviously just, you know, hopefully just add some braking power you know, when you come off the throttle. It'll either do it like that or it's going to do it via the actual brake levers. So we'll test that out in a minute. Now this last one's really interesting, limit mode. So limited 3, so you've got a few different settings here, so no limit, limited 1, limited 2 and limited 3. Now if we dive into the instructions, so the way this works is it allows you to basically trigger a limited mode by pressing the up button of the display or the controller, the thing on the handlebars, up 2 seconds. So you press the up button 2 seconds and it will trigger one of these limited modes. So at the moment we're on limited 3. So limited 3 means you can long press the up button of the display 2 seconds to enter 250 watt mode limited. So the throttle speed is 6 kilometers an hour and the pedal assist speed should be 25 kilometers an hour. So it basically makes the throttle redundant. So effectively it's like a road legal mode, although there's kind of a grey area around that really. But nevertheless, it's there if you want to use that. So that's the configuration, and then we just hit download and we will send that to the controller. And there you go, it's successful. So let's try out that regen braking. Okay, so level 1, just come off the throttle, add some brakes. Oh yeah, no, that is really actually giving it some. I'm trying to work out, is it actually doing braking when you come off the throttle? I feel like it is a bit, but when you push the brakes in, yeah, you get a solid regen braking there coming in. That's interesting, that's really useful. Now the thing with regen braking is you don't really want to have this on small batteries. The only way the best way to use this really is for like when you've got larger batteries like this one, you know, because you don't want to be feeding back huge amounts of amps into a small battery. That's generally bad, and it does require a fair amount of amps to actually stop, you know, a bike that's got the sort of momentum that this will have as you're sort of going forward with you on it as well, because I ain't light. But yeah, pretty cool. So all I've got to do is just literally lightly grab the brake, and you see that it's not even using the brake discs, so it's like using regen braking, which is not a new thing at all, but it's nice to have it on this bike now. I didn't have that set up because there's no way of configuring this controller, so that's a really useful feature there. Grab the brake, and there you go, you feel that coming in. I don't think I'd want to have that any higher, to be honest, because you'd end up locking the wheel up. So that's quite a good setting. Okay, so let's try this thing out where you have to hold the button down for 2 seconds, and then it puts it in like a low mode. So throttle is limited to, there you go, so 6 miles an hour, and it's got 250 watts on the screen and pedal assist, so that's pretty cool, but that's just limited nicely. So that's nice and safe, that, for like, you know, cruising around. You don't need to be having your ridiculous kilowatts pumping through. You can just cruise along nicely and probably be running less power than a lot of these factory e-bikes actually, to be honest. So that is a thing. Oh, it's so lovely for here. It's so good to be out. Summer's around the corner, shorts and a t-shirt, out on the e-bike, can't go wrong. Yeah, so this controller is 100 quid, so £100 for the upgrade. So you literally, if you've got an existing controller on your bike with the display and everything else, you don't have to do anything. You can just literally just plug this in. It's plug and play. And I just really like these controllers because they're just so smooth. It's got such a smooth throttle response. Yeah, so you can do that, or you can obviously just get the full set with the wheel and everything else. If you want to do like a full conversion, you can of course do that. But it's nice to sort of be able to just get the controller on its own with the Bluetooth functionality, and then you can kind of configure it and do stuff that you couldn't do before. And it's pretty good value really. For the controller itself. The Sabvatons used to be a lot more expensive. Yeah, see, look, on gravel you'll have to watch that regen, because look, watch that. It's like nearly locking that back wheel up. I had it lock up a minute ago. So maybe, see, there you go. That's not even pulling the brakes. So yeah, you could probably knock that back down a setting actually, but jeez, this thing's quick. Yeah, see. And of course, if you're pulling the front brake, then remember that the back is actually braking, because that's how it works. You're triggering it. So you could actually disable, you could remove the front switch actually to make that so that it doesn't do that. I'd probably do that actually, probably be better. This Neo's ridiculous. I didn't think it went that fast. That's crazy. And then it just got caught in the tree. So that just about brings us to the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a good time to start building, getting all your bikes up and running. I've got so many bikes I need to just sort of fix and sort out. You know, it sort of happens when you're kind of an addict like that. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to be using this one. This is just this is another level now. I just wish this wind would just back off a little bit. Anyway guys, catch you next time.